Hello and welcome to Minor Talks about my issue with. So this is a new series that I'm wanting to start where I talk about my issue with a certain game. So this game here is Trackmania Turbo, and it's the latest installment in the Trackmania series, and I played a lot of the previous ones, so Trackmania Nation, Sunrise, United and Trackmania 2. Now Trackmania Turbo features 4 styles of tracks, so Canyon, this one that I'm playing right now, Valley, Lagoon and Stadium. So Stadium was featured in many tracks before, Canyon has featured in Trackmania 2 and Valley has also featured in Trackmania 2. Now in Trackmania 2 you could buy Canyon, Valley and Stadium as separate ones, or you could buy it as one whole pack and I believe you get a bit of a discount. Now in Trackmania Turbo there are 200 tracks, 50 for each style of track. And I can't remember exactly how many were in Trackmania 2, but I'm sure you're talking like 100, that sort of region. This one here is Valley, by the way. So my issue with the game is what exactly am I paying for? Because I have effectively just bought 50 new tracks of a style of race that I potentially already have. If I had bought Trackmania 2, and I'm sure many Trackmania fans would have played Trackmania 2. So if I bought effectively 50 of each of those tracks, and then 50 more of a new style, which is Lagoon here. But yeah, so my point still stands. What exactly have I paid for? Because I can just go into the track building database, I've forgotten what it's actually called, and I can just play a track that someone else has built. And yeah, some of those tracks aren't obviously the greatest, but some of those tracks are actually really good. So I'm thinking, why have I paid all this extra money when effectively I could have just played some more of the original game and just gone through more of the tracks that were built by previous people? So this then sort of leads me on to how some games will just they'll feature a new mission, as it were, and it's pretty much exactly the same as before. However, people then go, oh wow, it's a new game, I better buy it. Which in some ways is exactly what I did here. I was thinking, yeah, great, new game, I can't wait to play it. But I don't really know what my money's been spent on, because I played a bit of Trackmania 2, Canyon and Stadium multiplayer, and there are some really good tracks on there. People have spent a lot of time, there's a lot of expertise on there, and I really enjoy playing it. And I remember playing Trackmania Nations for ages when I was a little bit younger when that came out, and I really enjoyed it. But the multiplayer of that seems far superior to the multiplayer that you get in Trackmania Turbo. I mean, just one small feature is the fact that I can turn other cars off in multiplayer. In Trackmania Turbo, those cars are there forever. You can turn the names off, but no, you need more than just that. So you're racing around, and there's one particular track I remember where I was so frustrated by this, where it was quite dark, you were sort of underground, you were sort of underground, you had limited visibility, but you were basically blinded by all of the other cars there. And it's just a simple small feature that I'm really surprised Nardio didn't put in. I thought it would be such a simple one for them to think, oh okay, but I'm sure a lot of people would really enjoy this, let's put that in, but no, they didn't seem to. I mean, yeah, fair enough with a lot of the tracks, all 4 that are in here, that they have more than what the predecessors had, especially Lagoon having roller coaster style things, but with Stadium here, yeah, there's a lot of new scenery, but there's not really any more style of tracks like ramps or anything like that. And I mean, it looks different, like the Turbo there, for example. Handy. And I think with Canyon you have different elevations of tracks, and with Valley there's a lot more off-roading. Valley has changed a little bit. But yeah, so I bought this game for 25 quid, 30 quid, something like that, so I'm assuming that's going to be $40, $45. And I'm just thinking, what have I spent my money on here? It's effectively the same game, just with more scenery, and some new tracks that are official tracks. I mean, actually, this particular one, this is one track that I wanted to show, but I couldn't find it before, so I'm glad I found it now. This track is exactly the same as one of, I think it's Nations Forever. So, this is the only one I found so far, and I'm only halfway through because I'm trying to get gold medals. And it's exactly the same. So they've kind of recycled a track there, and I'm sure they'll probably do a few more of those. But yeah, so I've paid that money on a game where it's effectively the same as before, with just a few extra tracks, and yeah, I feel like I have wasted my money a little bit here. So that is my issue with Trackmania Turbo, the fact that I didn't really get my money's worth. Thank you for watching. I shall see you in the next part.